This is part 1 of a two-part series on the only large-scale airborne operation of the Fallschirmjager. This rare combat film shows German paratroopers boarding, jumping, and combat tactics used to overwhelm the Dutch defenders in May 1940. In 5 days, they secured 2 critical bridges until the main German Wehrmacht arrived. The Junker 52 aircraft was driven by 3 radial BMW 728 horsepower engines, requiring a 3-man crew, was designed to move 4,780 kilograms cargo at a cruising speed of 250 kilometers per hour, with a maximum range 1,300 kilometers. When fully loaded at takeoff, it weighed 10,500 kilograms. The strategic mission is to prevent Great Britain reinforcing Holland, creating a Fortress Holland. The specific mission of these paratroopers is to capture 2 critical bridges. One bridge is a railroad bridge and the other a road bridge, in the town of Moerdijk, and remove all explosive devices, and hold off the Dutch army, until the main German army arrives a few days later. The paratroopers' drop zone locations are marked as a star A on the north side of the bridges, the star B on the south side, and the star C just outside the Moerdijk defensive positions. The Fallschirmjäger's officers would modify combat tactics, strategies and weapons after each battle. Each regiment was returned to a training camp to re-equipped after each mission, and fine-tuned combat tactics learned from previous battles. As a result of after-battle reports, the regiments switched to the MG42, laying down cover fire at approximately 1,400 rounds per minute. In addition, the 75 and 105 mm recoilless rifles were added to the anti-tank Fallschirmjäger teams. The average age of a Fallschirmjäger is 20 years old. Later during the war, the average age dropped, with some German paratroopers as young as 17 years old. The aircraft is approaching the drop zone. The bridges are straight ahead. The paratroopers are given the order to get ready. Get ready to jump. The weapons containers are color-coded, to be readily recognized by the different combat teams. These Waffenhalter are dropped after all Fallschirmjäger have left their aircraft. During the descent and landing, the fact the Fallschirmjäger carry no machine guns leave them vulnerable until they get their machine guns and extra grenades from their weapon canisters. This proved to be disastrous in the several drop zones during the invasion of Crete. On landing, the parachutes are immediately released. The paratroopers scramble to the weapons containers to set up the MG-38 machine gun to provide protective fire. This machine gun typically takes the point position, since it can provide cover fire equaling several rifle infantry companies. This Fallschirmjager is using the MP-38 light machine gun, having a rate of fire of 500 rounds a minute. His combat tactic consists of a short machine gun burst to pin down the defenders to get within range of his hand grenade throw. Under a cover of machine gun fire, a field fortification is stormed. The Dutch defenders were surprised, overwhelmed, and surrendered. The next task is to find and neutralize, by cutting all the wires, to all explosives on this 1.2-kilometer railroad bridge. This bridge is critical to the logistics effort to transport men and materials from Germany into Holland. The paratroopers must eliminate additional pockets of Dutch resistance inside the bridge structure. Maintenance, guard, and railroad conductor personnel offices. The Fallschirmjager's mission is not complete until every square meter of the bridge is inspected for explosives and detonation wires. The bridge inspection includes climbing the bridge trusses and inspecting the concrete support to the waterline. The perimeter of the foundation's supports below the waterline, to the riverbed, are also inspected. The trained Fallschirmjager evaluate the Dutch defensive position and determined that the defenses are too well fortified that a direct frontal attack is avoided. While the bridge is being secured, they choose to flank there is bitter fighting to eliminate Dutch resistance and artillery placements attempting to destroy the bridge. Are using Mauser rifles. The Dutch army is using the houses in Moerdijk to stop the German offensive. Two hours after the jump, the bridges are secured, and the town of Moerdijk is under the control of the Fallschirmjager. An advancing Dutch motorized division is contact with the other detachment from the north side of the bridge. The others of this advance. Deep within the enemy motorized division is Fallschirmjager unable to now control this vital position. They must dig in and hold this position until the main force arrives. The paratroopers are isolated, surrounded, and attacked by the Dutch army, but they hold on to Moerdijk and the bridges for 3 days and 2 nights, until they are relieved by the main German invasion forces. Stuka aircraft arrived to destroy the artillery batteries and the Dutch army to relieve the paratroopers. Close air support provided by the Luftwaffe, the Air Force, is especially appreciated by the paratroopers since they are also part of the German Air Force. The paratroopers place panels to mark a target for the German observation plane. The Stuka air support is a component of the Blitzkrieg concept developed and introduced by the Germans in World War II. These Stukas are very effective against tanks and fixed fortifications.
The Fallschirmjager regiments recruited the most eager, ambitious, ardent volunteers and structured their training for close combat tactics. Strategies were developed to efficiently utilize lightweight machine guns.
A direct
and high-volume
message from
machine
headquarters
guns
is
hand
dropped
grenades
indicating
that the main German invasion force is 40 kilometers away. Such as the 800 rounds per minute is accomplished.
MG-34,
the surprise attack,
later the 1,200 rounds per minute
MG-42, secured the bridges
and the M24
disrupted the Dutch defense,
LG-40,
allowing the German army to roll into Holland,
the LG-42,
preventing Great Britain to easily get a foothold into Europe.
rifle.
With these weapons, many experts feel that they were the finest light infantry in military history.